Every founder of the school or anyone who starts the school always starts with an idea of contribution and how different the school can be and what makes a school unique. There's so many schools out there, so how do they differentiate and get into the market and a lot of things like that. What I realized was that it starts well, it like works around well, you are excited to talk about your new idea. As soon as you meet the 11th or the 12th or the 15th parent or the guardian who comes for the admission in your school, you tend to ask yourself a question and then put your team in that pressure of like, hey, why are we not able to convert the admission? And what is it that we're not seeing? Or what is it's something that we need to do? And that makes, what do they need? That's the basic question. Um, and when you find out what do they need, you realize that the guardian of the child or the parent, they come with an idea of an expectation that that comes from the environment, that comes from what they see with their neighbors, what they see in their family, friends, or the group they go in, what's happening with their child, and this that. Because every parent wants best for their child, or every guardian would want best for their child. Totally great intention, right? But what entire system fails in where their expectation is relying more on what they see in the society, or what's highlighted more, or what looks good and appreciated. And some are in the case that they want children to do what they could not. So in those ideas, schools, they have a responsibility by default to educate not just the child but parents. Before I say anything about it, I'll also give some experience about the school side. I've been receiving a lot of emails from a lot of local to branded to different franchises of saying that hey, invest in 10 lakhs and start your own school, start your school, invest 50, whatever, and you don't have to do anything. We'll give you everything. You just have to take care of the operations and this that. It sounds fascinating. And they're targeting people either who have money or who are at home, who might want to do something of the idea is great. I think there's no harm in making people go back to work or giving the purpose to do something, in life. But the problem that I see, and which is sort of very critical, maybe we don't see it right now, but in long term, we are all facing it. And that is that we're dealing with children who are young and at the age where we are going to really nurture them as the best they can with the first hand experience of the world. So they're going to meet people around, the idea of adults, the idea of strangers, the idea of materials, the idea of teachers. So the first hand experiences of everything is going to come through the play school or the preschool or whatever you call. Let's call it early childhood centers. So it is going to come from there. Now when you sell that school like hey, it's easy to start, you can, anybody can do it sort of idea, what happens is that nowhere you're talking about criticality of what is going around in the school, what are the issues, what are the internal conflicts that a child is going to come from, what are the cognitive needs to physical to social to emotional to creative needs of that child, how are you going to nurture that. And the hiring that happens is like कोई भी teacher 8,000 के 6,000 10,000 come, and we don't want to invest in training because preschool teachers don't stick. So you're neither investing in the training of the the caregiver, and you're not even sort of addressing the issues. And at the same time, we are branding the school as unique, whereas the execution or the implementation of the curriculum is one fit for all children. That's the problem. So you, and on the other side, I've also heard from people like people in the industry when they say that nobody's interested in curriculum or nobody's interested to, no parent asks that आप कैसे पढ़ाते हो, कितना बच्चा सीख लेगा, उनको बस पता है आउटकम क्या क्या है, ये आ जाएगा, फॉर्मल स्कूल में एडमिशन अच्छे से हो जाए, दिस दैट. When you hear that, there is this demotivation of हम क्यों मेहनत कर रहे हैं when they don't know it or they don't want it. But at the same time, that's where the heroes required. That's where the people with superpowers required. How? There are people who are crazy about solving this issue. अपने अपने end से कर. I've seen people who are working with directly with villages and children directly in this room, wherein they're not going with an agenda of branding themselves or the CSR or looking good sort of factor. They're just doing it. There are people who are giving sort of workshops or giving education to teachers or the school founders, or they're really willing to do that. The problem comes when you are not open to collaborate with those people. So if I have a school, I feel like, yeah, come cost cutting and everything. I appreciate, that's because you're doing a business, you look for the cost. But if you're starting a school, your first agenda or the core that you work on must be, what are you going to serve to the children basis what they need at whichever age they are in, and how are you going to do support them in it. What are the anxieties and concerns parents might have? How and who's going to handle it? Not to sort of address that issue. No. बच्चा तो रोता ही है 15 दिन में. No, but there's something behind it. You have to give that education. ये अभी के लिए सॉर्ट करने वाली बात नहीं है. It's for a good, like you're gonna talk to them, pick some research, have them, and if they say that I don't have time, then sorry, you have to demand that. It's their children and they want the best. So why don't you use that as an opportunity to educate them? If you don't have that confidence of educating, have people who have such confidence to join you in the vision or your mission and come as a collaborative space and just talk about it. People want to live in their comfort. Some are insecure about, hey, no, I can do it. Why to have some third person to do it? We'll do it. Credit should be in our plate, this, that. On the other side, people are so open, they want to just collaborate. And that's why there's no structure to what a good school looks like or what is the preschool standard that we're seeking in our country. And there's no law that, talks about that minute details, which is in the state governments or the other that I'm going to refer in later part of the video. So stay till the end of this video and watch it when you have free time. Just don't run through or save it. You can watch it later, but this is going to be very informative. So hold on before you put any judgments or opinions. No, this is all my opinion, my experience working hands-on with founders, teachers, organizations, companies, and children and parents. So this is coming from my experience. So it's not necessarily be right or wrong. We're not putting in that bucket, but we're just having this open discussion or what can we do to sort of have the solution for what you're looking at. So thank you for staying long with this content, and just watch till end if this sort of interests you. So what we're saying, okay, so we were talking about, yes, the standard. So now what happens is, if I'm a school and I'm starting a brand and my intention or the vision is that I want to scale this business sooner. So what I'll do is I'll create my own structure. क्या best है, क्या available है, best लाके मैंने रख दिया, उसका format बना के I put it forward. Now, when I release that format, I realize that, hey, it's not achievable, it's not realistic, it's not factual. So I try to reduce down that standard by myself and tell my franchisees or other people, hey, tum itna to kar lo, to main tumko star dunga. So the non-compliance is compromised, knowingly or unknowingly, this happens. Every school, every brand will have their own standards of audit or the review or the standard of the preschool, of the childcare safety, if I kind of put it primarily up here. So they'll have their own. तो वो जितना extend कर सकते हैं उसी को standard बना के दिखाते हैं, and then they show you, the report that, hey, this is what it is. The other side of what is necessarily available to us is the standardized format of audit, specifically for early childhood education, the centers, and it is used by many countries. So one is HighScope's PQA, Program Quality Assessment. Program Quality Assessment is also used by other institutions apart from the preschools, because that's the quality standard design that they've come up with after 50 plus years of research. So that cannot be a joke, right? And they have sort of that's non-biased, like it's not biased at all. It's coming from researching, working of the lifespan of the child till like 50 years, and then what is the behavior pattern and what schools look like, how it impacts the child. So there's a lot of research that has taken care. I can share more if you're interested. DM me, we can get on a conversation. Don't expect a document running in your email because I don't do that. If you want to really know it, you can have a call. So that's one standard. Now, how do you know what you're doing is of quality is only understood when your child or the children in your centers are going home happily or are sort of enjoying and most importantly engaged. When they're engaged in what in the days of their routine time or whatever, you know that you're doing something right about it. Okay, now this is all intuitive, but what if I say that I have a tool and practice that I'm doing for schools where I help you to review 360-degree what your school or preschool is doing, where is it at, what level of quality it is at. And of course, when you're running a school, I'm sure you're one person who's in this industry to contribute, because I just want to know that. And if you are, then I think you won't be scared enough. You won't be like resisting the fact that somebody else can help you or you can collaborate with someone. So just be open about it. And if it works, we'll continue. If it doesn't, then that's okay. You have got the knowledge that I wanted to. You can use it in your way. But yeah, having said that, what if I told you that I have a structure to sort of level up your standards gradually and eventually achieve the quality standard that the child seeks at the age of 0 to 6 years, or say 8 years, if you consider the primary. So that is what I offer. That is what my new service is all about. And I feel excited every day to work on it, work on the cases, design the reports, share the outcome, and see the impact. In this era, when we have so much of this differentiation and choices available, or access to really do that, courage to really implement that, I think why not nurture children in that free space or a life which is full of choices where they don't have to feel guilty about choosing what they choose. So, and I'm really impressed by the slogans and taglines and the school's motto that people write. And I want to really see that this service is going to be helpful to all the preschools, be it independent or a brand or sort of franchisee, where I can really give you the review of 360 angle of all the aspects in your preschool that makes a successful or the high quality experience for learners. Now, how do we do that? Is just that if you're interested, all you need to do is just write to me, or you can go on the website that's given in the description, and you can send me a message. What are you interested in? What's your purpose? I can have a call with you on Zoom. We can talk about the intention of the program. We can decide upon a goal. And next up would be me and my team visiting your school. We can review, audit. After we share the report, we'll analyze, diagnose it, and we'll see what is required and where are the areas of opportunities and what is your strengths. And the ratio is always going to be 2:1, two the strength and one is to be an opportunity to work on. In the end, we're going to revive it. Say, for example, if the review calls for like you need more material, different needs of play. There are four kinds of needs. One is explorative, constructive, pretend plays. Do you have enough materials as per the number? Because as much as you can really make it effective, it reduces or it prevents the conflicts or the problems that may arise when it's been executed in the classroom, like between children or the engagement level crisis. Everything can be taken care of, so we'll support you with helping you to get those things, of course being cost effective, whatever it may sound like to you. Apart from that, if you think that there is some area where you need education in, or your staff needs to be trained in, we provide the service. So there's a whole collaborative space, and our only intention of starting this initiative for factory learners is to kind of advocate the needs of the children and do the job that you won't have time to, that is done by us. um, and I can give you. So us by meaning I have like a couple of people working, like they're all freelancers. I work with a couple of people who are individually collaborating with me. So we'll come as a team and will be in your best interest. So if it all this sounds, hey, I want to do this and I want to be part of it, just say what you want from us and the dates. We'll book our travel and we'll sort of be there. There's minimal amount, and I just don't want to sound like, hey, we're doing for no, nobody's doing anything for free. And if anybody gives you something for free, which means the value is not enough. And I value the work that I'm has. This comes with a minimal cost. It won't be like too much that it's because we want to reach out to the affordable school, the affordable prices, so that people can actually take the interest and really serve children and start doing it. I think it's doable. It's minimal amount that gives us sort of a confirmation of the commitment from your side. So because we're going to put in a lot of efforts in making this work for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. And I'm really, really glad that you could wait until the end. I was very slow. For the first time though, I had my speed talking, speed very, very moderated. And I did it purposely because I really wanted it to get to you. So hope it did. And if there's any questions or anything, you can comment, you can sort of DM me, uh, email me. Email works best for me. And I left my number there, so if you wanted to sort of coordinate and have more ideas to collaborate, you can feel free to. So this service is open to independent preschools, franchisees, and primary schools, whoever is really considering 2023 to be the year of commitment, the year of contribution to the needs of the children, and really, really nurturing and meaning what they say in their vision statement. So thank you so much for watching again. I'll wait for your call. I'll wait for your message. I'll wait for your comment. Thank you so much.